So you may get people like that, but at the end of the day, the power of convincing is yours. And please never give up. You know, you have to, if you firmly believe in your idea and your conviction, and I'm very glad that top hoteliers are here today, top people from the tourism industry are here today, probably who understand your business so well that they will be able to guide you in a much better fashion, in a much better way. So I think the whole idea of Lalit and his team, and I must congratulate him for doing this. I'm told this is the first session and we'll also cover other sectors. An Honorable Minister was just asking me today that who all are here. And I told him that whoever matters is here today. And to begin with, it's him who has found the time. So without wasting much time, our theme this year for the next 2 years is sustainability and inclusivity. I think these are two words that you must also remember in your business plan. Today, everything boils down around sustainability. We are all struggling with climate changes. We are struggling with new regulations. Governments are getting stricter. Investors are giving less premium to companies who are not on the sustainability path and more premium to guys who are on the sustainability path. People feel that it's expensive, but yes, expensive in the long run, not necessarily is expensive. And you must remember that if you don't follow the path of sustainability, your business may close in one day. So we must remember that whatever you do has to have a sustainability angle to it and inclusivity. In India, access to all. And your technologies, which are going to be cost effective, cheap, efficient, will give access to our population. At the end of the day, India's strength today is its population. But we all have to get people to come and sit here in the auditorium and decide whether they want to take part. We have to get them, and it's up to all of us, the way you've taken the courage to come and make your presentations here. We need to have a larger group of people doing that. So once again, without wasting time, a big thank you to the Honorable Minister, and we assure you, sir, that on behalf of Chamber, we work very closely with you and your team to make sure that your vision of, I know Goa has been a little late compared to many other cities and many other states, but I think with you at the helm and with the Honorable Chief Minister's guidance, I think we can still do it. Goa has everything going for it. And if you give a little bit of push, which you are doing, we could make this as one of the most sought out destinations. Thank you once again and have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request our President to present a bouquet of flowers to the Honorable Minister.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now, let's hear from our Honorable Minister, Mr. Raman.
A very good afternoon to all of you. My good friend, the guest of honor for today, the President of Goa Chamber and Chairman of Dempo Group of Companies, Baba Dempo. The Chairperson of Goa Chamber, Startups, Innovation and Growth, Shri Lalit Saraswat. Our own Director, Mr. Abhishek. Our good friend, past President of Goa Chamber, Mr. Ralph. We have the CEO of Startup from the Government of Goa, Mr. Prashant. All the captains of the industry, hospitality sector, tourism, IT, electronic media, press, ladies and gentlemen. कोंकणी बोलो काय इंग्लिश बोलो? And then there is some, and maybe I'll mix a bit. It's always a pleasure and privilege to be here for this type of functions, which create more thought process and allow us to work together as we talk about Goa being the creative capital of the country. Baba has already put his thoughts, and actually, in fact, Baba, in thanking us, I think I should take the opportunity on behalf of the government of Goa to thank Baba for the type of time and energy he gives back as a son of the soil, not only in his way of his domain as the chairman of Dempo Group of Companies, but trying to be in the ecosystem and trying to pull a lot of threads together which can allow us to create this system. 2017 आतल्यान आम्ही सुरू केले startup policy, IT policy, आणि करता असताना it was never a thought that we in the government sat somewhere and did it. मनोहरभाई घेऊन Like what Baba said, I won't be repetitive, but there are a lot of thoughts which went into it, and I can always boast saying that the policy is one of the best in the country. How we utilize it, how we can take advantage of it to create our own space in this particular thing is important. Industries look for innovation, and a collaboration of industries and innovation is something that is a win-win situation for both. Industries no longer look at expansion, but rather looking at startups with a successful idea which reduce their business cost. And for us is to mentor these startups. My biggest challenge, as a government or as a Minister for Information Technology, Electronics and Communication, the biggest challenge I feel is we have talent, we have ideas, but to transit this into a business model is something we need to really mentor the startups. The person who comes with an excellent idea, but we do not sometimes know where he will connect. Neither does he know where he can connect. And that is why we started the whole thought process of two things. One is the mentorship programs. Second is the Goa Angel Network, which was powered along with the Mumbai Angel Network, which again Baba we requested to chair and take the lead, so that our people are able to pitch. माझ्याकडे idea आसा, ती म्हाका बरी आसा का वाईट आसा म्हाका खबर ना. But in the IT domain, where every part in the world is competing in this space, where will I be is a question to the startup. The success rates of startups are always low, but I always believe that startups are fighters. They are those fraternity of people who say, I will take any challenge that comes my way. Sarke? I thought Lalit said that we need high energy. Your energy already looks low. See, it is that Josh in you which has to come out. And to ensure that that Josh goes in the right way, we as a government are here to support you through the policies. As we come with various schemes which has to the startups, we have started encountering two parts, IT and non-IT. And there is a little confusion here also, कि IT just tesa non-IT same scheme made I think IT is a different domain, non-IT is a different domain. Till 2019, whatever we had stitched, we moved it, but I think there were some lapses in between where the word IT was removed. And after the word IT was removed, there were questions asked, कि आमका मेटलेगा आमका मेचना, and I don't blame the non-IT startups. Along with the Chief Minister, we said we will keep one startup policy, but schemes need to come out in different verticals. What is required in terms of a non-IT domain did not necessarily be required in the IT domain and vice versa. So Taja Nadir, we have been sitting with EDC. Our director Abhishek has just come in and taken the charge, and we are looking to expedite this process along with Prashant to ensure that we are able to stitch schemes through EDC for the non-IT startups. And IT startups जे आसात तांकां already scheme चालू आसा. आमची फाटी एक meeting आशिल्ली, and when the agenda came in little late, the agenda came with IT, non-IT and so many things for a wish list, looking good. But for perception of creating a IT better करप खंयच जावचें ना. As I'm 100% sure, the way Goa is with its natural resources, the way we are and we talk about our quality of life, we are attracting the best talent in the state. Whether you call it in the form of digital nomads, whether you call them people who are in the non-IT or IT tech space, which are working in the creative angle, but we are there. And I can assure you, with the work all of us are doing together, it is not only the government, industry, academia, and all you stakeholders. I can assure you that the next 3 to 4 years, Goa will potentially be showcasing themselves as one of the top leaders as far as the startup destination is concerned, and for people to come here and be startups, which that culture if the island tennas pude hota. However, whatever ideas we need to mentor it. So mentorship programs have started, and something called as Founders Club. I don't know how many of you are a part of the Founders Club. That has been initiated. Asa tumhi koda haje Founders Club haje members be? Okay, couple of them, but I can see them going up. Prashant has to take it to the next level. Founders Club is basically getting all these startups together and wanting to discuss and see how we can take the best ideas ahead, how we can nurture the next level of startups. Success rates कशा वाढवपाचे खूपशे आसा, and this Founders Club has just started. So various initiatives of the government will keep going to ensure that we are able to pick up on this ecosystem. We know that there are challenges ahead, but working along with the industry, working along with the academia and the stakeholders, I think we will definitely cross that horizon which we are today looking at. Zatle काय जावचे ना, I'm 100% sure Zatle, Zala, and we will definitely position ourselves to be the creative capital. Baba spoke about missing the bus. I only beg to differ a little of my opinion. Industry 4.0, the biggest challenge was transiting for those companies who have been legacy-wise in Bangalore and those areas, Hyderabad. आमकां खंयची एडॅप्टेबिलिटी घेवपाक नवें घेवपाक इट्स इजी. नवें घेता आसतना वस्त सदांच बरी पडटा आनी इजी पडटा एंड वी नीड टू एडॅप्ट टू इट. एडॅप्टिंग इज द बिगस्ट प्रॉब्लम. इफ आय टेल टुडे अ टॅक्सी ॲप विच वी टूक आउट ऑन अ इन्क्लुसिव्ह थॉट, सदांच एक गरज आशिल्ली, गजाल चलताली की वी वील नॉट गेट इन टू टॅक्सी ॲप्स. कित्याक प्रायव्हेट येता, कॉर्पोरेट येता, मागीर रोखडेंच तें सुरू जाता. आमी करचे ना, आमी 3 वरां काम करतले, 4 वरां करचे ना. दांतले दोगूच जाण असतात. But then the whole taxi thing gets spoiled and मागीर ते तरेतरेची नावां येतात. I'm giving you an example. So when we had one of the private aggregator, they had a concern saying that it's a private company, कोण तरी जोडटा आमच्या कुस्तार. So now government invested in the app and said we will give you the app which is an inclusive app. तो app आमचो सरकारी न्ही, तुमचो. तुम्ही चलयात. Revenue तुम्ही काढात आणि त्या revenuetल्यान तुम्ही स्कीमी काढात. Like for example, we have started with 4 schemes for them. A pension for the senior person who crosses 60. In case the owner of the car, who is also maybe a driver, expires, then his wife gets a scheme of a widow. ताज्या भुरग्यांक स्कॉलरशिप जाल्यार स्कॉलरशिप ना जाल्यार तांच्या लग्नाचे कितें जाता. हे 4 स्किमी काडल्या एडॅप्टेबल टू चेंजीस बाय देम. हे सगळे करून वी सेड वी विल ऑपरेट विथ डिरेक्टर ऑफ ट्रान्सपोर्ट नोटिफाईड रेट्स टू गिव्ह देम दॅट कम्फर्ट झोन, allowing them to get the rates and also allowing the tourist who comes to Goa to have that transparency and accountability of saying that whatever he is paying for a regulated fare. There are people who are coming on board. We are happy to know that a lot of people have started onboarding themselves on the taxi app. Now, ये app change करता असताना सुद्धा somebody wanting to come in, they still find technology कित्याक जाय काय. I think here the human mind needs to start changing with the thoughts thinking globally. आम्ही म्हणतात vocal जाया, think global, do local and be vocal. जेन्ना गरज येता ट्रान्झिशनाची तेन्ना दॅट टाइम ऑफ ट्रान्झिशन इज द बिगस्ट चॅलेंज. नोबडी वॉन्ट्स टू चेंज. इफ आय एम वेअरिंग अ व्हाईट शर्ट अँड अ ब्लॅक पॅन्ट, इफ आय एम टोल्ड टू वेअर अ ऑरेंज शर्ट ऑर अ ग्रीन शर्ट ऑन अ डे, म्हाका ते कन्विन्स करपाक 10 मिनटां जाय पडटा कित्याक ताणें ग्रीन शर्ट घालचो काय म्हणून. एक्झाम्पल कित्याक दिता तुमकां. दिस इज समथींग विच एवरीथिंग वॉट वी कम विथ टेक्नॉलॉजी नीड्स अ चेंज ऑफ माइंडसेट. Mindset not only for the person who is going to use it, but also for the industry who is going to take it. एकदा industry जे असतात, they will not get that space to understand what you actually try to sell to them. And that is why I think this type of programs which give a startup and a corporate bridge, which allows you all to start talking. There is a very high potential of someone like Goa Chamber to come in. Goa Chamber समज नासली, जाल्यार that whole pot of industries which are with them will never come to you, neither you will be able to talk to them. This bridge needs to be connected, very innovative. So I think I should congratulate Baba, Lalit and the whole team of Goa Chamber. Now when our thoughts focus there, we have to start thinking differently, we have to start thinking out of the box. Challenges will be there, but if we are confident and we are working for one theme of putting Goa in place, in creating that, there are a lot of people in the hospitality sector. And when I'm talking about the hospitality sector, right from the smallest thing to the biggest issue, from a hotel industry, from front to the rear, there are so many apps that can find space. As Goa Electronics जेन्ना आमी घाले भितर पहिले स्टार्टअप्साक आशिल्ले की Goa Electronics also participates in the same domain as what we are participating in. So we said if Goa Electronics is going to be the main domain for as an umbrella to nurture startups and give them business, then Goa Electronics should not participate. And तेन्नाच्यान we ensured that Goa Electronics will not participate. हे आमकां खबर नाशिल्लें. इंडस्ट्रीचे कोण तरी सांगलें आमकां कळ्ळें. We have ensured that those things get corrected and move in the right direction. आता गोवा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स खूप जाणांक पडटा प्रश्न पडटा, आमी डायरेक्ट आसूंक शकना आशिल्ले. Why do we need Goa Electronics? The whole idea is a startup, is a case which we are very happy to make it go through and through 100%. But if the app is already taken by a government or any of these particular services are taken by the government and the startup suddenly finds himself getting out or for whatever reasons or finds a different opportunity, then not being pessimist, but we have to have a backup plan. The backup plan is Goa Electronics with the government umbrella, which takes care to ensure the bridge of somebody moving out and somebody coming in shouldn't have a problem as we transit. ताच्या खातीर गोवा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्साक दिल्ले आसा. एक खुबशा लोकांच्या मनात आसा की गोवा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स आयले जाल्यार आमी आसपाक जाय नाका आसपाक जाय. खंय तुमकां आसा प्रॉब्लेम, टॉक टू अस. We will ensure that we will clear this. Silos are well defined and we are very clearly working towards this. But unless we get a communication both ways, it is difficult for us to put the pitch right. खुबश्यो गजाली आज पहिल्या डिस्कशनाक घेतले. There are some new words in the industry which I found. Startup speed dating. आता स्टार्टअप स्पीड डेटिंग म्हणजे काय फर्स्ट टाइम ऐकलं. अभिषेक विचारला किती डेटिंग म्हणजे खंयचे शब्द काय. So he told me again the bridge and how you speed it up. That's how it is. So I think new words, new thoughts, new technologies. As we get adaptable into it, I wish you all the very success for today's event, which is going to have a couple of panel discussions, which will be having tourism industry also put their thoughts across. I would only want that every industry which is here today, especially from the hospitality sector, please allow the startups to give a chance. म्हणजे आम्ही किती केलं as a labor and employment minister in my last tenure, I spoke to Taj that time. And I spoke to a couple of other hotels and I said 25 ची batch करा and skilling चालू करा. Give them an apprentice of 10,000 rupees. Start skilling Goan people. The challenge is skilling, reskilling, upskilling. We will say, industries will say talent ना. Talent असं नाही. Companies म्हणताले आमच्याकडे दोन आम्ही खंयचे talent परवडतलो काय म्हणून. That ecosystem of job giving and job seeking, जो पर्यंत आम्ही ब्रीच करना आणि जो पर्यंत आम्ही skilling, reskilling, upskilling उलयना, ही भाषा आमच्याकडे तयार जावपाक जाय for Goa. One word for Goa is what I can do. What government has to do, will do. I will not go into those statements of the US presidential governments. What you do for what government does is one thing. What you do for the government, that's enough. Let us work together in a collaborative process. Let us work together. We all dream of getting Goa into this startup space big time. But this dream can come through not only out of policy document, but by the work of you people, where we can, along with the industry, push you to ensure that you find success, because your success is our success. And for us, we as facilitators are only here to facilitate your ideas. We are not in the journey of coming into your business. Baba has already been there, instrumental from 2014-15 when we started working on this, till now getting every thought process together. He's been helping a lot in the ecosystem. And अशा प्रकारचा thought process सुरू झाले. We will definitely look for a win-win situation. आणि एकदा तुमका सगळ्यांना आयच्या दिसाची मनमोनी परबी दिता आणि दोन त्रास होता.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And now we'll sign an MOU between the Department of IT, Startup Promotion Cell, Government of Goa, and the Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industry, requesting President of Goa Chamber, Mr. Srinivas Jampo, and Mr. Pravimal Abhishek, Director of IT, to kindly do the honors. Thank you, sirs. I now request Mr. Harish Saraswat, Chairperson of GCCI Startup Innovation and Growth Task Force, to present mementos to our guests. First to the Honorable Minister, Mr. Rohan Kautik. Srinivas Dempo. Mr. Pravimal Abhishek. Mr. Ralph D'Souza. Thank you, Mr. Lalit. And now I request our past President, Mr. Ralph D'Souza, to kindly propose the vote of thanks.
Good evening, Honorable Minister for Tourism, IT, Printing and Stationery, Mr. Rohan Kaunde, President of the Chamber, Mr. Srinivas Dempo, Chairman of GCCI Startup Innovation and Growth Task Force, Mr. Lalit Saraswat, Mr. Parimal Abhishek, the Managing Director of Goa Industrial Development Corporation and of IT, Mr. Sanjay Munkar, our Director General of the Chamber, dear participants, members of the Chamber, young entrepreneurs, stalwarts of the hospitality industry, ladies and gentlemen. Tourism in Goa is a premier industry with a huge employment potential and a multiply effect that goes right down to the grassroots level. And today it is facing challenges since the corona, and also as the hospitality industry deals with people and is super sensitive to internal as well as external factors. The international stripes today speak about these uncertainties. It has transpired that tightening of the industry belt is the key factor for its survival. And we can do this only through technological innovation, headed by young startup professionals like you. New technologies are required to address the cost escalations in areas of engineering, HR requirements, high cost of power generation, smart procurement and purchasing streamlining, account system, and most of all, earning revenue generated through sales using technology. These are the only effective roads for its sustenance and prosperity. And a tie-up between the young startups and the hospitality industry will address these predicaments. Young minds of today, presented with opportunities in the field of rural village tourism and homestays. It is the dream of our, at least a policy of our Minister for Tourism, to take tourism to the hinterland, that is, encourage village tourism, and one of that is homestays, where we can increase the number of rooms without unduly concretization of our rural areas, where the